Saturation is a term used to describe a substance that is at its boiling point. Water, for example, is said to be saturated when its temperature is 212 degrees Fahrenheit at sea level. The 212 degrees Fahrenheit water may be a liquid, a vapor, or a mixture of the two. When a substance is saturated, heat added or removed from the substance will be in the form of latent heat, which will not result in a temperature change. In a refrigeration system, whenever a vessel or heat exchanger contains both liquid and vapor, the refrigerant is saturated. When a substance is saturated, the saturation tables can be used to determine the properties of the substance if the temperature or pressure is known. A substance is said to be subcooled when it is cooled below its boiling point or saturation temperature. Don't let the word cool deceive you into thinking this is referring to a cold temperature. When water is at 200 degrees Fahrenheit, it is subcooled by 12 degrees Fahrenheit. The water is dangerously hot, but subcooled nonetheless. When a substance is subcooled, any heat added or removed from the substance will be in the form of sensible heat and will result in a temperature change. The term superheated is used to describe vapors that are heated above their saturation point. 230 degrees Fahrenheit steam has 18 degrees Fahrenheit of superheat. When heat is added or removed from a superheated vapor, the temperature of the vapor will change, meaning the heat is in the form of sensible heat. Refrigerant exiting a compressor will always be superheated.
So when talking about the concepts of saturated, subcooled, and superheated substances, I like to go back to coffee, try to throw people off a little bit. I'll often ask a class or a student that I'm teaching, so I've got this hot cup of coffee, do you think it's saturated, subcooled, or superheated? Someone that's not familiar might quickly say, oh, superheated because the coffee's hot. But of course they'd be wrong, since only a vapor can be superheated. And really, since this coffee is not boiling, it's not at its boiling point, it's actually subcooled. And that's where a lot of the problem lies. People get confused by the words. They hear subcooled and they think, oh, that must be what I perceive to be a low temperature. Not at all. Anything below the boiling point is subcooled. So this coffee could be 180 degrees and it's still subcooled because it's not at its boiling point.